Hi, thank you for calling me. Life is good. Everything is working out.
Yeah.
And it's so much joy, so much love in this world.
And every day, a new unfulfilled desire
Correct.
to focus upon.
And that vortex is full of such amazing things.
Yes.
There's so many of them.
Yes.
Do we have time to enjoy all of them? That's my question.
Yes. Really good question, because in the receiving mode, when you get tuned in like that, then in one moment in time, several things converge. In other words, your capacity to explore and to understand and to know grows with the exponential growth of the vortex. Now, let us start in another place, because this is much easier to understand than what we just said sounded like. So let's start here. Do you accept, we know you do, but just for sake of unfolding, do you accept that life has caused you to ask for things that are part of your vortex?
I do.
And do you acknowledge that everybody else is doing it too?
I do.
So can you imagine this collective consciousness vortex that has the asking, let's just say for the sake of this conversation, of all of the people who are currently focused upon this planet? Can you feel that? Yeah. And can you feel that this vortex that we're focused upon here isn't just the collective asking of those who are present now, but those who have gone before? So there is deep, rich momentum in this vortex of asking for well-being and prosperity and abundance and love and fulfillment and satisfaction. In other words, everything that everyone wants is because you believe you will feel better in the having of it. So can you imagine the depth and breadth and details of what this universal vortex holds? Can you just for a moment get your thoughts around that just a little bit? And can you imagine the power that source energy has focused toward this? Because when it is asked, it is always given. And so all that has been asked for has been given and is being given. So feel the powerful well-being that is surging and flowing here. You said words to the same effect, but we really want you to feel the bigness of it. And now overlay over this understanding, this statement, everything is always working out for me. So in that, imagine what you've put into the vortex and what others have put in it too. That is good for you. Just imagine your piece of it that you can get into the receptive mode to receive. And now imagine everyone else standing like you, asking. So now imagine that you and someone who might be your adversary or might be of a different opinion, you and someone else who maybe believes differently, are each expecting from this vortex what you want. Can you accept that this vortex has the capacity to yield everything to everyone without depriving or denying anyone of anything? Can you accept that it's all being worked out in the vortex because of the vastness of it, because of the bigness of it, because of the balance of it? Can you imagine something so perfectly balanced that everyone without exception can receive from it what they desire? Can you imagine that? And now just imagine yourself getting into the receptive mode to get what you want. And imagine that one getting into the receptive mode to get what they want. And imagine a ceasing of this squabbling battle where people aren't in the vortex. They're just demanding what they want. They're just noticing that they're not having it. Feel the difference between being in the receptive mode of denial or the receptive mode of shortage consciousness and being in the receptive mode of understanding that everyone gets to get what they want without exception. Doesn't it make you feel less competitive? It's like there's not a big pie that's being sliced up, and if you get a piece of it, somebody else can't. You don't go out on your porch in the morning and try to breathe your share of air for fear that somebody else is going to get it before you get there. You don't say, I've been well for the last several years and there are so many people who are sick that I've decided that I'm going to be sick for the month of May in order to allow more people who haven't been well to be more well. You understand that it's all there for everyone in some ways. We just want you to really understand that when we say things are always working out for you, we mean you can't, in them working out for you, ever deprive anyone else of them working out for them. And that the more you get into the receptive mode and the more you demonstrate through the clarity of your example how things are working out for you, then the more others may get into that same mode where they allow things to work out for themselves also, you see. But this takes some faith. This takes an understanding that this is a universe that is based upon attraction, and that vibration is what is causing it all to move about, and that source energy is vibration and is aware of you. You have to go beyond the normal thought of things. You have to maybe get into the New Age section of the bookstore a little bit. You have to maybe reach into a faith-based understanding a little more. You have to be willing to feel things that are not seeable yet in order to hold yourself in a vibration that allows those things to be realized by you. They're being revealed all over the place. And some people are realizing them, which makes some other people feel shortage consciousness because they've been asking and they're not realizing. And so then they make up all sorts of things. Well, you haven't been following the right rules, or you haven't been following the right religion, or you haven't been standing in the right place, or you're karmically challenged in some way. Or you do it to yourself. I must be depriving myself of this in some way. And the only thing that ever causes you to not allow yourself to receive the full benefit of what you've put in there, and not just what you put in there, what all those before you put in there, and not just what all those before you put in there, but what everyone is putting in there now. So many are putting things into this vortex that are beneficial to you, that when you get into the receptive mode, you always receive far more than you ever could comprehensively put into the vortex. You have no idea what's there. You put it in there in pieces and dribbles and drabs. You put it there in hard times and in good times. You've been building your vortex for lifetimes. And now it's time for you to get into the receptive mode and see what's been cooked up for you to realize, you see. Oh, the clarity and the wisdom and the love and the cars and the clothes and the lovers and the money and the houses, all of the beautiful reflections of this physical manifestation, they are all there for you to realize, you see. And?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Really good. Really good.
I have a question that's coming straight from happiness right now.
Yes.
About 17 seconds, 17 seconds, 17 seconds, 17 seconds, a 68-second combustion point.
And we're talking about momentum, aren't we?
Have we sped that up as a collective consciousness, where I know it was longer than that prior? Now we've got it to 17 seconds. Will it?
It's moving so fast. A few years ago, we would have said to you 17 seconds. Today, we would say to you it's more like 14. The combustion point, it's moving faster and faster and faster. But don't worry too much about that. Just trust that the energy is flowing. So we have just a handful of questions for you as we're wrapping this up. Do you believe that you are the creator of your own reality?
Yes.
Do you?
Yes.
Do you? Do you?
Yes.
Louder doesn't help. Do you accept that you are the creator of your own reality? Softly. And do you acknowledge that you have already created your reality?
Yes.
And that you're refining it a little bit here and there, but you've created your reality. And that it's all queued up and ready for you to begin devouring and receiving and enjoying. Can you feel that?
Yes.
And can you feel that you are closer to the reception mode than you've been in a long time? Yes. So does the feeling of emotion within you feel more like adventure than risk? Does it feel more like enthusiasm than struggle? Yes. Does it feel more like clarity than confusion? Yes. So this is what we want you to give your attention to right now. In other words, you're right there where you are more in the receiving mode than usual, which means even the things that are unfolding today will be different than they would have been if you had not accomplished this improvement in your receiving mode. So this is what we ask of you as a homework assignment that we rarely give. Notice the unfolding. Notice the correlation between your mood or attitude and what happens next. Show yourself that you have control over what happens because you have control over your mood, and then practice your mood. Just practice it. We've enjoyed this interaction more than these words can explain, but we've been infusing this atmosphere with our knowing of who you are, and we can feel that you are receiving more than the words that are being offered here. There is a vibrational improvement in the speed and direction of that which your thoughts are about. That said, nothing serious is going on here. Be playful about it. Feel for our love, and feel for your own higher self or inner being, who, like our friend pointed out to you, is watching you in every moment. And feel the relationship between that perspective and the one you've got going on. And if ever you feel anything less than joy or enthusiasm or interest, just say to yourself, oh, I must be looking at this different than that broader part of me is seeing it. And then do your best, if you can, to find that higher, broader, clearer, surer, truer, more accurate perspective. There is great love here for you. And as always, we remain joyously in your vortex. And for now, we are complete.